Not going over to work. When I was teaching high school, Ms. Taylor, you don't ever go over to work and we covered. So today I'm going over all the work that we have covered this year, every bit of it. And you said it's all the work, isn't it? Every bit of the work we covered this year. So I'm going over.
Okay.
Now, there will be no talk about my not going over the work. Before we get started, a simple question deserves a simple answer. One of the questions on the test, your homework was, what etiological factor led Jim to being the almost white boy? I got all kinds of answers. All you needed was a simple answer. What was it? What was it? His parents what? All right. What were you going to say?
I said his hair, his eyes, his skin color, his hair.
But that won't work. All right. You see why it won't work? You didn't answer the question. What etiological factors led to Jim to being the almost white boy? His mother was black, or he was mixed. You know, come on. Isn't that a simple answer? You see why it's a simple answer? All right. Jim's father told him that people are just people. Did Jim ever learn otherwise? Did he? How? Talk loud so we can hear. We're being taped.
Because of the events that happened to him at the end of the story when he asked his girlfriend Mary, she said you paid for some black nigga or something ran off.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
She said that after he wouldn't, get physical with her.
No, she said after he asked her to marry.
All right. Now why? If I said about talking, you're going out. Now, think about the time when your best friend was not your best friend. Does it make any sense? Yes, Miss Head Checker.
It does because you say they're your best friends, but then again they'll stab you in the back.
What do you mean stab in the back? But a
Like
nice,
talk bad about you or talk down to you.
a best friend. Where you come from? You do that around.
One of my so-called friends did that.
But I'm doing anywhere else in North Carolina. Where? Name a place. Not in Louisburg.
Oh yeah.
You been telling folks talk about folks in Louisburg?
Oh, yeah. That is very simple.
Not at your high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they say? They're your best friend?
It's all a little
But I thought your best friend didn't talk about it. Alright. So Jim learned a valuable lesson. People are not just people. People are people if everything is going right. That makes sense. Yes, Mr. Handraiser. What do I mean by people are just people if things are going right? I'm not talking about.
Wait.
What do I mean by people are just people as long as everything is going right?
So if something go wrong, then they want to turn and run away.
So similar. Look. Suppose you want to get married Sunday. And your best friend, you learn that your best friend was gallivanting around with your fiance. Would she be your best friend? Or would she be dead? Why ain't gonna kill her? That makes a lot of sense.
Both of them.
Why ain't gonna kill both of them?
Not necessarily kill them.
I know. But I thought you were your friend. But that, your friend did.
I guess you
Alright, now you're talking. Now you're talking. So Jim did learn a valuable lesson. People are not just people. Only if things are going right. Today we're going to go recognizing And I'm going to give you the meaning of, I don't usually do this. In order for you to pass this test that I'm going to give in a few minutes, you will have to know this vocabulary. You will have to know it. I thought I had extras. An extra around. Good. I have my, two of my, okay, you can have one. Two of my children are with me today. They have been in a dance class. Exegesis. I'm going to go very fast. Exegesis. A critical analysis. A critical analysis. You got it? Semantics. Anybody know what semantics means? What? You heard of it. I heard of it.
I don't use
They probably use the word.
And what?
They probably use the word.
Improper use of what? No.
it.
Semantics, word meaning, the meaning of words. We had that the first 2 days of class. I know you forgot. Anybody heard of rockinizing? What do you think rockinizing is? Made up. And the use of rock music in English class. You tell the president I tell you this. Surreptitious. That means secretive. Secretive. Surreptitious. Whoever glued all these doors were surreptitious. Why? But why surreptitious? Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, but we'll find out who did. And you'll pay for it. How?
Because we can't go to class.
And some people couldn't go to class today, and the day was review day for the test coming up Friday. All the doors were glued in the building. I didn't think I could get in here today.
How much glue in the keyholes?
And the keyhole. Put glue in it. And you suffered more so than we did. But you have to take the test. I know. Promulgate. To make known to public. To make known to the public. Well, Rolex is moving fast here now, so we got to speed up. Reciprocity. Mutual. What do you mean by mutual? Somewhat. Mutual.
Agreement. Something to it.
Mutual. You love me and I love you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Unrequited love. One-way street. One-way street. Does that make sense? Explain it.
One person of a person.
Okay, we'll move on. Requited love. You might know what that is? Boy, two-way street. You're taking over my class. Two-way street. You're thinking. Perfidious. To make a promise and break it. To make a promise and break it. You never done that? They said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but not intentionally. Well, I'm going to tell you, don't you tell everybody I said. You don't care about it. I'm going to tell you what April said, so said. But she told me not to tell anybody. You know how you are. Verisimilitude. That which seems real. That which seems real. Does that make sense? Factual fiction. Who can give an example? Well, in a fictional story, the characters are real. How? What? How are they real?
They make the story.
But how are they real?
Is it like people
For what?
can relate to?
To what?
The characters.
Yeah, they relate to real life. You ever heard of Hester Prynne, Scarlet Letter? That's what said, check out. What about it?
she had, looked when she got pregnant, and she was sick away, she had to wear.
Was that story true? But what? It happened daily. And then Hawthorne was not supposed to write that because people just didn't do that. You know, did every day. Nobody supposed to know about it. We'll move on. Secular. Secular outside of the church. You don't know about that. You have been 10 years. Secular. You know what church looks like on the inside. Sacred. Yes. That which refers to religious matters. You know about it either, that typical. We'll move on. Perspicuous, that's a Latin word. It means to look forward to something. To look forward to something. What is your perspicuous for May 3rd? Graduation. Yes. Clandestine. Secretive. Secretive. I thought surreptitious was secretive. But how I got two words for secretive? How I get two words for secretive? The same thing. We'll move on. Concupiscence. To dress in an enticing manner. Concupiscence. Lechery. And inordinate. And inordinate. If you can't spell it, draw it. An inordinate drive. An inordinate sexual drive. All right? That's what a dictionary. Remember that. Trepid. Trepid. Fear. Intrepid. Fearless. No fear. I told him he said he didn't fear anything. I said, come on here, man. He said, no, I don't fear a thing. I said, come on, God, well, you know you do. He said, no, I don't fear anything. I said, all right, so you're going to rally. You're going to forewarn. You're going to get there in about 10 minutes. And the cop gets behind you. What are you going to do? He said, I'm going to drive 50 miles an hour. Why? He should at least drive 55 wide, but he's scared to drive 55 wide. All right, we'll move on. An omniscient perspective. The audience knows, but the characters do not know. That makes sense. The audience knows, characters don't know. Give an example. Well, give an example.
Watching Romeo and Juliet.
Go on. Miss Romeo and Juliet. What?
When he thought that Juliet was dead, but we knew she wasn't.
All right, yeah, okay, there you go. The audience knows what is going on, but the characters in the story do not know what is going on. Consanguinity. Related by blood. Related by blood, or blood related. You remember that I was asking, would you marry your brother or your sister? What was your answer?
No, but you never know.
Then what was my retort?
You're talking about how your friends or some people that you knew had gotten married and then they were taking out pictures of their family and couldn't put out the same dad.
Now, how do you not know your brother or your sister? How could you not know your brother or your sister? How could you not know that?
Your dad marries
Why?
your dad marries one lady and they have a kid and then he leaves her and marries another lady and has another kid. And you know, they never meet each other because he's married to somebody else.
And one day he meets his sister, falls in love with her. Complete the story. Did you know your sister? Okay, that's all. Consanguinity. Apotheosis. Something that is heavenly. Something that is heavenly. Who's not here today? Anybody?
Thomas and
Good.
something that is heavenly.
Yeah, they're not here for that apotheosis. Something that's heavenly. Slew of the spawn, just the opposite.
What happened?
Hellish, some of that is hellish. You made 40 on the test and you need to make 100. Phylogynous, one who hates women. That's what the word means. No. I made a mistake. First mistake I made this year. Phylogynous is one who loves women. Phileo means love. Only mistake I ever made. You believe everything you hear. Misogynist, one who hates women. Every time you see the word men, it's add reference to hate. A misanthropist, one who hates mankind. Oxymoronic. What is oxymoronic? We had that word earlier.
Sam, where it
That's
Yes,
It's kind of like jumbo shrimp,
jumbo shrimp. Why is that oxymoronic?
because how can it be little and how can it be big at the same time?
Exactly right. So the second term contradicts the first. I told you about that lady's house I went to. Walked right through the house with a snotty nose. You get it? The second term contradicts the first. The little boy runs through the house with a snotty nose. She said, boy, go in the kitchen, get that dish rag, wipe your nose, and finish washing your dishes because I can't stand filth.
Oh.
You remember that? I knew you would. And I hope you remember when you go to eat lunch today.
Oh.
If you eat soup, I hope it tastes slimy.
Yeah, you too.
We'll move on. But see, that bothers me. Germane. Germane would be likeness. Likeness. Rectify. To correct. Okay, so we're moving. To correct. Sheolish is something that's hellish. Sheol. Yeah, how can we have two words mean the same thing? Ethereal. Heavenly. Heavenly. We had a word up there, apotheosis. Ephesians 5:28. Isn't that what that is? Ephesians 5:28.
Yeah.
What is it?
Love your wives and Christ loves the church.
He's looking right at it. What does that mean?
You should love your wife as Christ loves the church.
Meaning what?
You should love your wife very much.
All right. What did Christ do for the church, Reverend?
What did Christ do to the church?
Anybody?
He made the host. Sacrificed himself.
Exactly right. Exactly right. You heard that sermon, didn't you? He sacrificed himself. You would know that. You've been it so long. God so that way. We'll move on. We're not going to preach today. Hester Prynne and Arthur Dempsey. Anybody heard of them? What?
And it's the one that had to wear the A around her neck for adultery.
Yeah, she had to wear the hair around her neck.
And the author wrote it.
And Arthur Dempsey, I was a preacher. He was the daddy of the baby.
She had to do what?
She had committed adultery
She had to wear an A around her neck.
as a punishment.
A.
Represent adultery. That's what she had committed adultery. Preaching that way, I want.
She had to wear an A
So she had a adultery with him.
Yeah.
adultery.
And what? And who is he?
He was a preacher. See? Hyperbole. You know what hyperbole is?
Exaggeration.
Who said it? An exaggeration. That's what it is. A hyperbole is an exaggeration. I didn't know what that. You know what a homily is?
Is
Yeah.
it a long lecture?
It's a long lecture or sermon. A sermon. Now I know. I got two rectified here. How do I have two rectified?
He said hyper.
Hyperbole is an exaggeration. Old Dante wrote his girlfriend. He said, "Dear sweetheart." Well, he said, "There's love." Wait a minute, Miss Beth. Can you spell D-E-R?
Yeah, but you're talking
deer, but it's like,
Oh, that's an animal.
they sound singing stuff different.
You saw it spelled different. What'd you do when you wrote that to her that day? What'd she do? She quit? She should have. Then you wrote this word. But then, dearest love. And she still quit it. Why? She said, you three-timer?
Yeah, exclamation mark.
What's the comma?
Yeah, it should be a comma.
Well, I get rid of both of them then. Now I put a comma. And she still quit it. It's not together. Well, I put it together. And she still quit it.
Deer is.
But why? But what?
Deer is.
It's what? We need more than one.
It's more than one. Like you say deer, you say deer love.
Okay, now you're thinking. He has three loves. She happens to be the dearest love. She sucked him inside the head. But she should have done. See? Recognize it. Perspicacity is mental alertness. One at the bottom, being smart. Alright? Now, since Rolex is moving fast, we have to move fast. And we're going to do all of this before we leave today. Good. Alright? Alright, let me start back. Yes. 33. Somebody give me 33. I don't. Mental alertness. To be smart. Okay. Now, when I was doing, you got one?
Here's some extras.
Girl. You can have one. Might take it back with you to school. All right. I used to use music a lot in high school, especially when I did SAT preparation. And this is an example of an activity that I did for my SAT prep class. And the students next door would always say, yeah, just tell them the other thing in his class, they just jam all the day long. We're going to jam some answers on these sheets right here in a minute. We're going to listen to this song. You remember her Secret Lovers? Good. Don't tell me it's an old song. Old had nothing to do with it.
Those are the best ones.
See? All right. Hold it. Hold it. All clear. Any questions before we move? Because we're moving fast today. Secret Lovers. I had some student who could sing every song ever made and couldn't tell me what a noun or a verb, and I had a problem with that. Why do you think I had a problem? They what?
They couldn't understand the song.
Well, I mean, no. They understood the song, I think. They couldn't tell me what a noun was. I had given it to them 6 times. Couldn't name the tenses. Given it to them 20 times, but they heard the song. Every song you could name, then you every bit of it. Then I had a problem. Then my thing is, if you could learn that, what? You learn the 6 tenses if you would. And some fail because they didn't learn the 6 tenses. Sad. We move on. No more interrupting this class.
But think about you and hope that you're okay. Hoping you call before anyone gets home. I'll wait to see you alone. How could something go wrong be so right? How could keep our love secret love, that's what we are. Try so hard to hide the way we feel. 'Cause we both belong to someone else. We can't let go. What we feel is
I wrote this in my high school students, so I had to make some changes. So we'll move on.
even though we know it's not where we go. We have it
Good. I heard every answer to the question on this sheet here. I heard every one of them. We're going to finish it. Before we do so, I do have my son and my daughter with me today. They decided to come to Dad's class. I think this is the first time my son has ever been in. Is that right?
In high school.
Classes.
In high school.
Yeah. So they are here. They didn't have anything better to do, so they decided to come here. I can think of a whole lot of things, but we'll move on. What is surreptitious about the setting? Yes, ma'am. Isn't that so simple? So simple. You don't have to write, don't write, because we're not going to have time. One of the persons states her reason for not wanting to promulgate the meeting. What would be the consequences if this promulgation is made? Oh, what is what? Doc, talk loud, will you?
Somebody will find out.
Okay, we don't want any what in this class? We don't want any SO in the sort of vote. What sort of vote? Yeah, ask me a question. Ask me anything. Let's go without saying this on a job interview. English teacher. Ask me one more question. So you don't want them sort of votes when you leave Louisburg College. But folks think you from a hick school. And we had a student and just said it is a hick school. If I go to hick school, I don't make all A's. Why? To be easy. But students make no A. We move on. What act of reciprocity is brought out in the story? What act of reciprocity? Caught you, didn't it? All right. They both love each other and they're willing to do what? To be together. Okay. These songs can get you in more trouble than you ever will get out of. You get it? It gets you in more trouble than you ever will get out of. So I'm not advocating all the stuff in here. I'm just teaching the song. That's all. How is unrequited love shown in the song?
That they don't other people be hurt. process.
If they know people gonna be hurt, why are they doing it then?
Because they think they have feelings with each other, and I'm with you.
Yes!
It's a one-way street.
One-way street, how you get one-way street? Talk to me. Well, yes,
I think it's one
you keep thinking this way.
okay, it's one street because if they felt the same about that person with them.
Which person?
Else. Well, whoever they with, whoever they're trying to keep a secret from.
Huh?
They love them spoken.
Yes, Ms. Moore, I have heard from you.
I know.
Just listen, you've been married, you could, yes.
They don't think about each other instead of one. Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll move on. Cite 2 examples of perfidiousness from the song. Perfidiousness.
The fact that they were with the person and, their relationship probably said, that they never cheat on each other, now they're cheating on them.
All right, that's pretty good. Anybody else? Keith, I thought I saw your hand move over there. Keith very quiet today. Anybody else? Yes.
They promised to keep their thing a secret. So nobody won't find
I thought you had it.
Oh, that's not it.
I thought you had it. That's why I about to have it bigger. Perfidious. Oh, yes, amigo. I thought you, Captain,
It's like they made a promise to be together, but then they had to break it because something happened.
suppose, yes.
Hey, you ain't got to probably love somebody else, you know.
If they didn't keep a secret.
Boy,
Like you both on married and they talk their love to their husband and wives and you know.
I'm about to have it bigger. How'd you come up with that?
Always secret love never wrong.
It's the name of the song. All right, that's good. If you go off to another school and give that kind of answer, people want to know where you're from. You get it? They want to know. They made a vow. To love and to cherish, having the hope, to stay far, better for water, 6 in the hell. And then what happened?
They broke down.
Yeah, they broke. Isn't that so simple? They broke the vow. What is verse? Which is more prevalent? Requited love or lust? Explain. We have to explain it.
Because they just met.
How you know they just met? Why did you see they just met? You always trying to put yourself in there. What you do? How you know they just met? They could have. I don't know. Yes.
Lust is because lust. I mean, love is because love is something you want to show the world. You know what I'm saying? You want everybody to see. Lust, you may not want everybody to see because that's like this the outside appearance, but it could be both though. Because lust is like you don't know anything about that person. Like when they think how they, you just know what you see, and you like what you see.
You ever heard of Macbeth?
Yes.
Macbeth lusted for power, didn't he? Yeah. And whatever you write, as long as you can explain, it's fine. What is verisimilitude? Oh, bro, like this book. What is verisimilitude about the characters in the song?
It seems real. You can relate that to everyday life because there's always gonna be somebody cheating on somebody else.
All right. That's a good answer. That's good. That's a good answer. That which seems real. See? How is secularism shown?
Because they're cheating. You're not, if you make a vow to someone or you with somebody, then you're not supposed to break that.
And that's so simple. I'm going to let you teach this class next time. Very good. Cite 2 examples of hypocrisy from the literary work. Don't try to have a smoke and the letter K didn't come out. Cite 2 examples of hypocrisy. What's hypocrisy? Nobody talking one time? What's a hypocrite?
Somebody that criticizes somebody or something that probably do.
That man may not be a hypocrite.
Person who says one thing but does another.
A person says one thing and does another. I knew you'd know that. I let the class figure out why. An actor. Someone who acts. Dante speaks. He's Reverend Dante Lassiter. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me. That's a church. Now he's different Dante. Oh, how I love liquor. Oh, yeah. That's a hypocrite. A hypocrite. All right. You get it. He's acting. At his church, he's one way and what? Outside, he's another. A hypocrite. I know you because I saw you. I saw you when you went by the ABC store. I mean, he's trying to learn his alphabet. Then after he saw that I saw him, he said, "Oh, Keith, his buddy Keith in there to get all his old crow and old granddad and all." What about? I mentioned old crow and you started drooling. That tells a lot about him, doesn't it? What's it tell? Well, what? It mentions something about liquor, he started drooling. We're going to drooling. Good. We'll move on. What perspective does one of the clandestines have in absence from the other? What perspective?
They actually, you mean in the song, right?
And the song.
They actually want to be together, but
So give me specificity.
they're looking forward to being together.
Exactly right. Give me the line.
Phone call.
Yeah, the phone call. Scared to death. Who called? I don't know. Some telemarketer called. We'll move on. Cite an example of concupiscence, a lechery from. Alright. Anybody else?
They don't want to get caught in what they're doing.
So when are they trapped or intrapped? Trapped.
But then if he feels also because they
Well,
are
yeah, you're always trying to throw money in. Yeah.
they are together.
Uh-huh.
They're really not thinking about. They thinking about what other people are saying, thinking about him,
Yeah.
saying about him, but saying really not because they still are together.
They're scared to death, even though they're not afraid. Does it make sense? Yeah, scared to death. When you went and pinch your mother's cake, you was your boy, you pinched the cake, you were fearless, but you were fearful also. You kept looking back to see if she saw it. But we'll move on. How does the audience have an omniscient perspective?
Their affair is on the sea with us.
Exactly right. Where you been all this time? Last few days of class, you waked up. Rip Van Winkle. We'll move on. That's embarrassing. The truth. Don't jack it be embarrassed. What's else you embarrassed on last year? No, I didn't. You embarrassed yourself. Good. Is there any act of contrition on the part of the couple? You know what contrition is?
No.
Contrition means to do something and feel sorry for having done it. You don't think so? Check out. These are not these people's names. I just started shaking heads, so I didn't give people names. Yes.
Like, they're not really worried about the consequences.
You don't think so?
Yes, they
I
are.
think
Well,
so.
they say, how could something so wrong be so right? You shouldn't have to keep on about a site.
Okay.
Living two lives isn't easy at all.
Yeah. What do you mean by living two lives just ain't easy at all, she
So they're
said.
gonna be married and still have this relationship.
Yeah, they're scared to death. I think they feel sorry about it. I think so. Oh, who said that? Well, yes. Miss Sorry? Yes.
Because, I mean, if I'm going with this person, I'm married to this person, or whatever, and I'm cheating on this person, I would feel really bad.
Sure you would. Sure you would. You look at yourself in the mirror. All right. How could consanguinity appear on the scene some 20 or more years from the present affair? How could consanguinity appear on the scene?
Might have kids.
Talk a little bit louder.
They might have an affair and have kids, and one of their kids might end up in
And married. Married sister, right? A brother. Yeah. The purpose of this thing is to get you to thinking. For example, have the people in the story changed an apotheosis into a slow of spawn? Explain.
Have that to her that
How?
because both of them got married.
Yeah. Sooner they did, and okay. Is the man in the song a phylogynist or a misogynist? Why would you say phylogynist? They got to talk about it, yeah.
We got 2 women.
2 women. Yes, Ms. Moore, what would you say?
Yeah, she's a philosopher.
Phylogynist. Ask me the same question. Yeah, read the question. I can't hear a word you do.
It's the man in the song, a philosophy or a
Misogynist.
misogynist.
I think the man in the song is, and notice what I said, I think the man in the song is a misogynist. Because if he were a phylogynist, he wouldn't be doing what he do. That's what I would put. And what you put is just as do you think? You get it? That's what I think. If he were the phylogynist, he would not be doing what he's doing. Cite an example of an oxymoron from the story.
Well, he had to, both of them had to split when she would have been vows, and they contradict themselves.
But I want a specific.
When the man says, how can, what they say, I can suffer so long, be so right.
Why is that an oxymoron?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you consider the situation Sheolish or ethereal?
I would say both.
All right, how? Why?
It's good to them, but it's not right.
Okay. They suffer. That's the prayer then in the Scarlet Letter, perhaps. They go home and agonize. All right. Whom do you blame for this surreptitious meeting? Well, I get in trouble when I do this, when I did it in high school. Whom do you blame, man or woman?
Man.
Both.
Why do you blame both?
Ain't nothing going on with each other.
I think I put it one.
Why do you blame the woman?
And she should have more.
Yeah, more
respect for
sense.
herself. Like I do what you would, but a woman.
Ain't always.
That'll be good to sign you.
Because like I said,
If you get beat up today,
I
go ahead.
tried to do it anyway. But I mean,